All right, so you guys tell me, how cool is it to be me? I'm not bragging. Yes, I am bragging that I get to play with so many Defenders, so many different colors, so many different build specs and options and looks and feels. And is feels a word? But you get my point, that I get to drive so many different Defenders. And I will tell you, I'm gonna brag just a little longer, guys. I've got to be the coolest guy in the neighborhood. Well, at least I would think I was, because my neighbors actually think I'm a drug dealer or something, because I'm always in a different Defender. And today I'm going to talk about this Defender. And the first thing I just want you to notice is the color. And I absolutely love this color. I don't want to do it again, because I like to do one and done. But you could probably bribe me to do this color again, and it's called Black Olive. So it was a custom mix. It's very similar to a color you can see on a Porsche. Specifically, it looks beautiful on an old Porsche, like a Porsche 356, which you know I'm very fond of too. But this is a D90 soft top, and love the color. Not only the outside color of the Black Olive, but the inside color, which is actually a Conley leather, and I'll get into that. So let's talk about it. This is a 1997 model. It has a 300 TDI, which is a turbo diesel engine. And you know how I feel about that, that you want to keep its heritage. You want to keep that engine original to what this vehicle was engineered for. And the engine's been completely redone. So the block, what we call is, we bored it out. Has a little larger piston in it. Everything about the engine is different, in the sense it's a 300 TDI. It's highly reliable, bulletproof, but it's pumping more power. It has a VNT turbo. It has a large intercooler. It just has everything that you would need. And this car, I shouldn't even call it a car. That's kind of weird, but this Defender will spin the tires. It will get up and go, and it's fun to drive. So again, 300 TDI turbo diesel. It's a fuel injection is what it is, but it's a mechanical fuel injection, and it's mated to the R380 5-speed manual transmission. Clutch is really easy to do. It's a lot of fun to drive. But what I really like about it is it's very classic. It's very, let's say, classic simple. But when you open the door and you look at the interior, it's like, whoa, this is really cool. So talking about the grille, you see that we did the bump out. We do this a lot of times. This is called the air con. Air con is to make room for the air conditioning condenser. Yes, it has air conditioning, it has heat in it and all that. And this is the silver barbecue grill on it to keep that classic look with the alloy Land Rover badge. Galvanized front bumper. And again, everything's been done on this. New motor, new transmission, new wiring harness, all new glass, new fenders, new doors, new hood. So everything is new. It's a 100% new vehicle. So there's really not much more I can say about it. So let's take a look at the interior, because I can definitely talk about the interior, and then we'll talk about the soft top. So here we are in the interior, and I will tell you, attention to detail. Well, that's what you expect in a Helderburg, right? And we didn't fail you. Attention to detail has definitely happened on every square inch of this Helderburg D90. So starting with the A-pillar, wrapped in leather. And this leather is a very unique leather. It's a very expensive leather, because this is the leather that was a Conley leather. So Conley, the company that made leather for the Rolls-Royce, the Jaguar, the Bentley, Lamborghini, I mean, they were the ultimate leather supplier for the best coach builders in the world. Well, Conley more or less kind of sold out. Let's say that. They didn't go out of business, because there's another company that took over Conley some years ago. I believe it was in 2002. And they continued the tradition. So this leather is a vegetable tanned leather. And when you get a vegetable tanned leather, what it really does is it has much more of a supple feeling to it. It almost has like a wax feeling, but it's not wax. It's going to come off and go on your clothes. But when you feel it, there's no mistaking that this is a high quality leather. It's also a thicker leather. And if you look really closely at it, you'll see the marbling to it, where it has basically some variations in the color a little bit. And Conley leather is a leather that's from Scotland, but they're an English leather company. But what I mean is the cows. So they find cows that are not being contained by barbed wire, so they get a better quality leather, no scratches on it. But the beauty of this leather is that it will take patina. So as it ages and as you drive this vehicle, it will start to get more and more patina that will make it really beautiful. And all you have to do is moisturize it, depending on if you're parking it in the garage or parking it outside, but moisturize it every year. And the more you use it, the softer it gets. But everything has been appointed in leather. So we have the seats all leather, the center console, and it's all leather. There's no vinyl on the sides or vinyl on the back like they do the modern day luxury cars to cut corners. Everything's leather. The dash is leather, the instrument binnacle's leather, the steering box is leather, the shifter boots, the gator boots, I mean the emergency brake boot is all leather, and then the carpet is a German square weave carpet. So it's a wool, it's 100% wool carpet. This is the carpet that they used in the Porsche 356, and it's a very nice carpet. And then what we did is we took this Conley leather, and we bound the edges of the carpet with this leather. So again, attention to detail. Has air conditioning unit right here, and then it's all been wrapped in leather, and then the door cards have been wrapped in leather. And the one thing you'll notice about these doors, these are called half doors. So you can take this top off, and then you can take the tops of the windows off too. That gives you a really outdoor experience that just opens up everything to you. And then you'll notice on the top too, the bars, these galvanized bars, are not those tent pole size bars, the skinny ones, which those are great too, and you can remove those really easy. These are a little beefier of a bar. So this is not a roll cage, but this is the system that holds the actual soft top. And then you're probably wondering, how long would it take to remove this soft top? You could have this soft top in seriously less than 10 minutes. One person can do it, and it will go back on just as easy. It will probably take you roughly about 15 minutes to put it back on, and again, one person can do it. So everything's new in this Defender, and as you would expect, it's absolutely beautiful because it is a Helderburg. So if we were to turn this Defender upside down and look at the bottom side of the body itself, the paint that you see on the hood is as beautiful on the underside as it is on the hood. So this was a complete rotisserie build. And you can see the pictures on helderburg.com of where we went through the build process. The frame has been completely redone, the wiring harness, everything is new on this vehicle. So I'm going to show you a few details on it. Let's just look at the back end, the cargo area where the seats are at. So again, you'll notice it's center-facing benches with seat belts, but then even the speaker enclosures, because this does have an Apple CarPlay Bluetooth in it, but the speaker enclosures themselves are wrapped in leather. So beautiful build, drives great, sounds great, has plenty of power. Brakes are a little oversized, so it does have four-wheel disc brakes. It stops well. There's nothing more I can say about this Defender other than I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful color. It's eye-catching. And this is the type of vehicle that will continue to go up in value because it's not a Frankenstein build. In other words, we didn't rip the engine out and throw some type of a Chevrolet GM motor into it and make a Frankenstein truck. It's a classic, and it will only continue to go up in value. And the best part is, it'll just make you happy to drive it because it's absolutely beautiful.